Hello, and welcome to my channel where we explore the spiritual teachings of the Bible. In this video, we will be meditating on the second chapter of the Gospel of Mark, which is filled with powerful stories of Jesus' ministry. The chapter opens with the story of Jesus healing a paralyzed man who was lowered through the roof of a house by his friends. Jesus saw their faith and said to the man, "Son, your sins are forgiven." This provoked the religious leaders who accused Jesus of blasphemy, as only God can forgive sins. Jesus responds by asking which is easier to say, "Your sins are forgiven," or "Get up, take your mat and walk." He then heals the man and tells him to take up his mat and go home. This miracle demonstrates Jesus' power to forgive sins and heal physical ailments, which are both important aspects of our holistic well-being. The next story is about Jesus calling Levi, a tax collector, to be one of his disciples. Tax collectors were hated by the people because they were seen as traitors who worked for the Roman oppressors and often cheated people out of their money. However, Jesus saw something in Levi and invited him to follow him. Levi responds by leaving everything behind and following Jesus, demonstrating the power of God's grace to transform even the most despised individuals. In the following scene, we see Jesus dining with tax collectors and sinners, which outraged the religious leaders who questioned why he would associate with such people. Jesus responds by saying, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners." This reminds us that Jesus came to save everyone, regardless of their background or social status, and he calls us to have the same attitude of love and acceptance towards others. Finally, we see Jesus being questioned about fasting, and he responds by saying that new wine must be poured into new wineskins, meaning that his message requires a new approach that cannot be contained within the old religious structures. This challenges us to be open to new ways of understanding and experiencing God's love and to avoid becoming rigid in our religious practices. In conclusion, Mark chapter 2 is filled with powerful stories of Jesus' ministry that challenge us to examine our attitudes towards healing, forgiveness, transformation, and social acceptance. It calls us to be open to new ways of experiencing God's love and to avoid becoming rigid in our religious practices. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this.